Hello and welcome to Smile and Spread a Little Joy. I am your host, Deborah, the Smile Lady. And SMILE is an acronym. It means support, motivate, invest, love, and educate. Now, let me tell you a little secret. We were all born to smile. You didn't know that? Everybody was born to leave this place better than we found it. Have you ever heard of any manufacturer say, you know what, I'm going to make a worse car than last year? Let me see, let me leave it worse. No. Every generation born is born to leave this place better than they found it. So it is up to us to input and invest in our future and smile. And what is smile? Sharing your gift. And that is doing what you love doing so much that you would do it even if you did not get paid. I've been saying that forever, and each one of my children, I tried to nurture their gift, even as a single parent. And now, 4 grown children later, working on my 16th grandchild, we are investing. See how much impact you will have? Now, if they each live to be 100, this smile will be going on forever. So think about it, people. Share your smile. Don't let anybody take your smile. Husbands, children, anyone take your smile. Even if you're working a job, just over broke, work your smile until your smile can take care of you. And you got to put in 10,000 hours for that. All right? Now, I want to break down this smile, and I love using American Sign Language, and each and every letter has a color. The support is yellow, the motivate is blue, the invest is green, the love is orange or red, depending on the area. Duh. Some people say you can't wear red in the schools, but don't get me started on that. And then the E is purple or black, which is educate. That's royalty. And when you're in the black in money, that means you got some left over. See? So I want you to do that. Support, motivate, invest, love, and educate. Now, children, the ones that were in my SMILE program, help your parents with this, okay? Now we're going to go with the S. This is an S in sign language right here. This is the A, but this is an S. And you know what? It takes a whole village to raise one child. This is support. Now your M is motivate. M for motivate. Now that sign is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm really means the root in God. Whatever is in you that you were born with, your gift, and parents and grandparents, you could tell by the time the child is 6 years old. Let them play to get smart. I personally don't believe in putting children in school until the 1st grade because you really can't see what their gift is. If you can afford it, keep them out. I'm not saying it's for everybody. And some children's gift is definitely school. Not everybody's cut out for school or college or all of that. You have to see what your child, each individual child, you have 10 children, there's 10 different gifts. There's a cactus, a rose, a carrot, cucumber. You don't treat them all the same. God don't treat me like He does anybody else. So you have to do your children like that. Some people say, no, I'm going to send them all to Harvard. One may commit suicide going to Harvard. The other one may excel. You have to know your child, okay? The I, we would support, motivate. The I, this is the I, invest. Now you could take 2 X's and serve or serve. I do need money. Yes, I would love sponsors for every show. And if you have it, go ahead. I will not refuse it. Because if you're giving it, God will bless you. But my invest is giving back to the community, leaving this place better than you found it. So that is your job. When you get your education, it's not just to hang that diploma on the wall. It is like Mary McLeod Bethune. Enter to learn, exit to serve. Enter to learn, exit to serve. Your education is for everybody else, not just you, not your 4 and no more. And all of the grandparents like me, don't say I've been there, done that, I raised my 4, so I'm finished. No. Long as you breathing, you got a work to do. And Martin Luther King says this. He says, the rent you pay here on earth is the service you give back to others. So you delinquent in your rent if you just laying up there doing that remote control. All right? Now we're going to go with the final one. Not final one, but love. which is agape. Your L, love. Hug yourself. You need a 26-second hug a day. Need, I didn't say want. You need, even if you just have to hug yourself because nobody else is there to hug you, that touch. We're losing that with the social media. We're losing that with the contact. You need that. You need 15 minutes of unblocked sunshine. You need a smile in the mirror, releases the endorphins, and the same thing with a hug. You need those, and plenty of water. I'll throw that one in, that's a bonus. You need half your body weight in ounces. So if you're 300 pounds, 64 ounces ain't gonna get it. You need 150 ounces of water. If you're 100 pounds, you need 50 ounces. So don't go try to drink, all of that water. So each person has to drink water according to their body weight. So you want to love yourself enough, hug, smile, water, and sunshine. They're all free. Don't let them doctors tell you got to pay for that now. Probably under this administration, they're going to charge you for that. But I ain't going there. And then education, E. Educate or teach. Now, if you want to say educator or teacher, you do like this in the person marker. Teach and the person marker. So this is teach, this is teacher. This is educate, this is educator. All right? So train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. It takes 10,000 hours to be an expert in anything. 10,000 steps a day you should walk also. 10,000 seems to be that number. But whatever you love to do, do it even if you didn't get paid. And if you put the time in, you will get paid. So work that job until you can get paid doing what you love. And a day doing what you love is just like not working at all. So anyway, that is the gist of the smile. And I want you to share your smile because that's what you're here to do, period. I'm the smile lady, I'm owning up to it. You're the smile lady, smile man, smile kid. Leave this place better. But now we're going on a visual journey. I have a guest. She is a musical background in her family. She is visual journey. She's probably going to be one that I'm going to sponge off of to really get my documentary out. And I think we need to learn to collaborate because, like I said, a whole village to raise one child, it takes a whole village to do a movie. Look at the Birthright Project. I bet you they didn't do it by themselves. It's a whole village. Look at Eminem. I bet you he couldn't do it without the cameraman, without the food person, because see, most people don't work if you don't feed them. So anyway, here we go with Connie VEE Hawkins going on a visual journey.
We hope that you guys are going to enjoy what you're going to be seeing. We're going to do some highlights of the events and capture the moment, and hopefully you'll be able to feel that energy as well. And thanks again for tuning in to BZTV. And I'm Connie VEE. Talk to you later. Peace out. Thank you.
Really interesting that it took rage, the rage of Monday, to get the world's eye on the city.
We'll move forward because honestly the only way to move is forward.
Seeing so many people come here, no matter how old or how young, just coming together to help people out.
Everybody would shake hands and be friendly with each other and talking to each other.
passion.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me
Yes,
here. Appreciate
and
it.
I just enjoyed your smile when I met you at Barbara Morrison's. It
Yes.
was a function there, and we just got connected. And basically, people in this industry, we like to talk and network. That's just
Yes.
it. That's just one of the things that we usually do. But the first question I usually ask, and I don't like to send scripts out. I don't like anything to be really rehearsed because it should come from the heart. And if it is your passion, you know the answer, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So what is it you love doing so much you would do it even if you did not get paid?
I have a couple of little things there.
Okay,
but
because you can have more than one.
Oh, yes, definitely. Well, editing is definitely a passion for me.
So that's like putting pieces together like puzzles.
Yes, because I work with Final Cut. I actually make videos. I'm a videographer, and so to me, editing is storytelling. And I think pretty much all my life I've been a storyteller. So I love just being able to meet people, particularly those who say, oh, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to do like right now. I don't want to be on camera. I'm used to being behind the scene and working in a little booth or sitting at my desk and just editing. But I love it. I love the passion behind it because at the end of the day, you're actually telling, you're getting a story out there. And there's so many stories that need to be told.
Yes.
So and there's so many stories that are being told too much. So I love the fact of when I meet people, particularly someone who has something that's inside of them that they're just trying to get out and don't know how to get it out. And I like to take just sit there. I spend time with them. I film them, and then I take all these little pieces and put together the end result, which is a story that needs to be told. So I love that. That's one of the things I love. I could do it pretty much. In fact, when I started, usually when I start, I'm doing it till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you get hooked. It's one of the things I'm finding out about it, and I did not like. Still don't quite really like it. But when you get hooked into it, you go like, no, I can't finish. I can't. I gotta go to the. Ooh, I found this picture that'll fit right here.
Yes.
And you don't want to go to bed because you may forget that picture. No. So now I'm learning how to organize the pictures so it's easier for me to find.
Yes.
That's the part.
Because that's a major part of editing is the organization.
Yes.
And to be able to go to your footage, go to whatever your footage that you might need, go to your B-roll, so your breakaway shots, and then whatever pictures that you want to incorporate in your storyline or your timeline. So yeah, that's the fun part of it. But it's and I'm learning it because I'm a self-taughter. I'm self-taught. So I'll do that again. I'm self-taught. So when I have challenges with something, and someone will ask me, like I had one person, and they said, hey, you know what? I want this. I want a collage at the end of the video, and I want all the people to just be moving around on this collage. So everyone sent all these pictures in, and can you do that? I'm like, you got it. And then I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And I just go right to YouTube, or I connect with other videographers, and they share best practices, and and that's the importance of what we do in this industry, is that it's not an isolated industry. You have to definitely be able to connect with other people.
Thank you. Say that again. You have to be able to what?
Yeah, we have to connect. We need to. The support is vital in this industry, and so it's not you can't be an island. Unlike my other passion, which is visual arts, which is that in a sense is I'm pretty much. I'm sitting in my room, and I just whatever is here is coming out, and whatever is here is coming out. Whereas in editing, I need a sound person, you need a camera person, you need a director, producer, a cinematographer. It definitely takes a lot to create a project.
Now, you know what? You just brought me to today, literally today. They had someone on one of the TV programs, and they were talking about how you can make money on Instagram. And it had to do with videographers, it had to do with camera people and sponsors. So what happens is people will look at you, they will go and peruse, they have a job right that peruse, and see and send you products that you could do commercials or whatever. This one lady is on, she was on the program today. If you kind of Google, you'll find out. I don't know if I can mention the name of these programs. But what happens is if you have over 5,000 viewers, you could get up to $250 a post. If you have over 10,000 viewers, you can get up to $500 to $1,000 a post. And it is sort of like a 24-hour job, and her entire family is involved in this. Oh, geez. She started as a stay-at-home mom saying, these kids are acting up and everything anyway. Why not make money off of it? Hello? My mother could have made $1 million on us. It's like, oh, we acted up so much, I wish they had that back then.
Oh, my God. That's wonderful.
But what I wanted to do, because I saw your face light up, and that is what I love about what I do, is when a person is talking about their passion, they turn into a 15-year-old, 16. Yeah. They could be 90 years old like this on a breathing machine. So that's what you did. So were you about, like, what were you doing at 6 and 7 years old? Were you kind of putting pieces together, running around with a camera? Tell me what you were doing, because that's the thing I'm trying to prove, that your gift is 6 to 7, and even if and a lot of people have all these kids, they don't have time to do it. They're just trying to survive. Yeah,
and because those during those formative years, that's pretty much where you kind of like see the desires and the passions come out. And I always tell people that I must have been born with a camera in my hand.
Exactly.
Seriously, because I mean, even right now with my family, I'm kind of like one of the historians. You know, people can come to me and I have pictures from way back.
Thank you.
And I even ask myself, when did I take this picture? But I remember, you know, to answer your question, pretty much during, you know, as a child, I was always a very curious child. And I mean, I know, you know, theoretically all children are curious, but I think I was a little bit on steroids, I should say, with my curiosity level, because I always was just, you know, I wanted to know the story behind the story.
Exactly.
And so I got in trouble a lot because, you know, I was the one like, you know, I shouldn't be looking into someone's window, or I shouldn't be doing but I wanted to know, what are they doing in there? You know, what's going on? I always wanted to know. And then I always had this passion for reading. And so books were really important to me, and that's because books are, when you're young, books are they're so visual. And now some people can just look at a book and, you know, but for me, I remember distinctly looking at a page and staying on one page forever, just because I wanted to see every little detail that was taking place on that page. And those are all the components that make up a storyteller.
Right now. And you know what? This is so funny. I set out in my head when I was younger, don't laugh, y'all. Do not laugh. I wanted to memorize and go through the entire dictionary and learn every single word. Where I went wrong is I tried to do all of the A's. I should have skipped from A to B, C, D, and all. But it took me forever to go through I said, forget this. And see, I think I needed that little variety. And then I read cereal boxes. I read this. I wanted my kids to be a librarian or whatever because I thought that was Disneyland. I read. And then I went to the Nook, which I don't really, oops, was I supposed to say that? I went to one of these, you know, books. Because when I would travel on the plane, I would be carrying like 10 books because I read like 5 books at a time. And so when I finish, I'm finished with 5 books, right? And I skip because I get bored. Well, they started charging you for that extra luggage and weight, so that's when I got the electronic books that I didn't really like. So I know your support system is who?
Definitely my 2 daughters who are in the DC area, because I just relocated here from the DC metro area. And being here, and my mom, you know, my dad, my sisters, my brother. I mean, my family is quite large, and you know, you'll see that on some of the pictures I sent you.
Yes,
they're
kind of rolling
large,
pretty much now.
And everyone is pretty much in this area. A lot of people are in Leimert Park. So that's definitely my support system right there.
Now I know the Chambers brothers. That's when I met you, and that's how the conversation started. So how are you connected with the Chambers brothers?
They're my uncles, my mom's brothers. So and they're all here in California. One is in Northern California, but Willie, Joe, and George are in the LA area, and Lester is in Northern California.
Okay, okay. So I know they kind of hooked up with Mandrill. They used to tour
Yes,
together,
they used to tour together. They used to tour together, and we had a really fun conversation about their experiences that they had.
Okay.
And that was really nice. It was really, he said they definitely have to reconnect because,
So
that's
I'm gonna
history.
have them on the show, and they should be on Message Eminem's show. Because he's about the music and
About
that
that music,
conversation.
absolutely.
And then so with that, your motivation, I kind of heard that in your story. You just love to do that from afar. But now, how are you giving back using your gift?
Well, one of my deep passions is to definitely teach the storytelling, teach storytelling. Because I definitely want to teach storytelling and teach young people how to tell the story, how to capture a story. I think sometimes we're so consumer driven that the only thing that we know how to do in the area of storytelling is to go to a movie and pay $7 or $10 or whatever you're paying now.
15, thank
15,
you.
okay, 15. Whereas, when you look at the Spielbergs and you look at Matt Damon and you look at so many of those directors and producers who are very young.
Now Denzel Washington, who got cheated, but anyway, I ain't going there.
Oh, yes.
Don't get me started.
no.
And Spike Lee, who got cheated on 4 little girls, but anyway.
Yes, but when we look at the one of the components that has happened in some of the other communities, they put so much into the children. They recognize their talents at an early age.
Right, and
we need to do that.
And basically, how we can connect this first generation is take, now with this technology, which the older people are almost afraid of, the young people can capture their stories.
Yes.
And it's a good thing if we use it right. Forgive me.
No, it's okay.
But we need to tell our stories. And that's what I love about the Birthright Project and other stories where we need to tell them and not let this money control it. Because as soon as the money comes in there from the other cultures, they take over the story. We need to invest in our own. We need to tell our stories. Young people, get at the elders' feet. I said next season, I want to have somebody over 90, 100 years old on here telling their story. If you went to the Holocaust Museum, the Museum of Tolerance, they have them sitting there. I think the last one just died that went through the Holocaust, telling their stories. And that room is usually packed, where they're sitting up there listening to the stories of the elders that we toss aside.
We toss aside.
I don't know where this is coming from. Forgive me for this, but now we're going to go with the love. I know you love doing it. We touched on that. Love and education. So what school did you go to? And let's weave the love in there because I know we're running out of time and you have to give your words of wisdom.
Well, definitely my love is, it was very important to me during a transitional time for me. I transitioned from an all-black neighborhood. We were born in Watts, my family and I, and then we went from Watts to Southgate, at that time was an all-white neighborhood. And then we moved in, so it became, it was white flight. That took place. And so it went from an all-white neighborhood to an all-black neighborhood. So I went from an all-black neighborhood to an all-white neighborhood that turned into an all-brown neighborhood. So there was some confusion that was in the house. So, because you really needed to know, with all of the different things that were happening to us in that area, of being the only black people in an all-white neighborhood, it was, there were a lot of different things that we experienced and we didn't understand. But one of the beautiful things was that support group that we had, particularly coming from my mom, my dad, and my sisters and my brother, but also from my extended family, because my uncles, the Chambers brothers, they were the first black group to be playing rock in they had a diverse group on the stage, and so we were exposed to all cultures, and that really blessed my family. We were able to sit down and experience that love where we were in an environment that was definitely promoting hate. Yeah, that got us through it. That love got us through it.
That love, see, I'm talking agape. I worked in corporate America, and I retired really early. I started working when I was 14, back in the day when they had vocational schools. And you went half a day to school, half a day to work. Okay? Before that, I was hustling bottles. I was born in New York, Jewish Memorial Hospital, raised in the ghettos of Cleveland, the projects, look it up, on Scoville near Cuyahoga Community College, migrated to Wisconsin, and then wind up out in California in 1974. Now check this out. I was so hood that I thought Watts was Beverly Hills. Hello, you ain't seen the ghetto until you go to Chicago, Cleveland, and the slums in New York. I mean, I said, wait a minute, this is the ghetto? Shoot, I'd pay prior money for this. Shoot, so one man's ghetto may be another guy's, palace, because you look at that. But what I love about this is you're taking that old school, and I truly believe in a 3-generation household. And I keep bringing this up, Birthright Project. I see the father, the mother, the daughter, and there's 4 generations kind of working on that project, and probably more. I may be missing some, but that's what I'm talking about. And I know we try to get away from each other. And other cultures I know, boom, and the oldest is supposed to bring in the elders and this and that and the other. And that is what they try to do. A house divided is not going to stand. You have to get it together. And I've seen other cultures where there's about 5 families living in a house. Oh, we can't do that, right? You ain't got to like everybody you work with, but you got to love them. And guess what? My 34 years in corporate America, there's a lot of people I didn't like, but I was going for the paycheck and the experience. And I can work with people I don't like. I can work with people I don't like because I got the training to do that. So I love you for that. I love your family dynamics and your education. So where'd you go to school? Did you go to?
I was a late bloomer, so I went to college. I graduated in 2003 with my undergrad in organizational management with psychology of corporations. So
you talking to your camera and tell them what is the final words of wisdom that you want to leave with somebody. What smile do you want to leave with them? Look in that camera. This one here.
That camera. Well, I would like to tell you it's never too late. And it's never too early.
Thank you.
It's never too late or too early to start your vision, to start your dream. And someone may tell you, or you may think that you don't have anything inside of you that you can actually cultivate, but there's a thing inside of you that you can do, because it's a passion, it's a love or desire that's so strong that, like you said, you can do it without getting paid, and just start working it. Find a way to, even if it's storytelling, if it's cooking, I think about my mom,
paper clips,
who's greatest cook in the world, who can plan something that, I could never plan what my mom plans. And she may say, oh, I don't have any talents and gifts, but you know what? Everybody has something inside you.
Yes.
Everybody. Work it.
Let me leave you with this. I just came from Doolin's, the soul food king. And he just passed away, I think, May 1st or May 2nd. Yeah. And do you know, sitting there, he did not start Doolin's until he started his restaurant business until he was 65 years old. He had his degree and everything in sociology. He worked all of that, and he found out that he could do more feeding people and connecting with the people on a personal level. And he became the soul food king. Doolin's, Adolph Doolin, he had Kizzy's Kitchen. He had the hamburger little place. He had he has 2 Doolin's now. And guess what he did? He planted the seed, and his 3 sons and daughters are carrying on that legacy because he train up a child in the way they should go. Thanks for sharing your smile, and you're going to have to come back.
Oh, I definitely will.
You're going to have to do the video. You're going to have to bring the Chambers brothers.
Oh,
You're going to have to do that.
That's
you're
going
to be behind the scenes.
That's a plan.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you know what? If you're not working your purpose, what is your purpose? Share your smile. Thank you for smiling.
Bye.
Oh, my gosh. This is so cool.
Never give up on yourself, 'cause there is no one else to ever be the way you are. Never give up on your dreams, that you will be that person you always wanted to